Hello, good morning, everyone. It's a good pleasure to be with us this time, this moment. I want to use this opportunity to invite all my friends across the globe, everyone that's keying into this broadcast. I want to take this time to welcome all of us to this broadcast that we are dwelling on a series, which is TBC Cash Flow, acquiring the necessary skills. We have touched on many segments of this series. And at this moment of time, I want to introduce myself, your friend, a colleague, a TBCian in a growing, robust TBC community. My name again is Basil Ude. I'm one of you who is passionately engaged in this TBC. We are all in the same community, the TBC community. So this morning, we're going to look another segment in our series. And the title for this segment is Marketing. 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 And I want to tell us, friends, that marketing is the in thing. Everyone is a marketer. Everybody markets. So this morning, that's our topic. TBC cash flow. Acquiring the necessary skills. We have dwelled on many skills in time past. From them being, we started with the very first one, which is communication skill. Communication skill, as I said in that video, is the base. You must communicate before you can go to the next step. After we talked about communication skills, we went to the next one, which I titled leadership skills. Then after leadership skills, we looked at time management skills. Today, we are going a step ahead, which is marketing skill. Now, but before I continue, I want to just give a review of the happenings in the TBC community. I always advise us that for one to grow in this TBC community, one needs to be reading the blog of the Billion Coin community. This blog is always published by our amiable admin of TBC, who gives us up to date on all information that we require to grow in the TBC community and to grow individually in any area of endeavors we engage in. So I always encourage us to read this blog every day, every moment. It's a wonderful resource base for everyone who wants to grow. We know that the trend we have now is cash flow. Cash flow. And the admin has published many articles, many blogs on this issue. And there is a system in structure. The system is already there on the blog. And if you follow this system, all of us will grow in the TBC. The system that has been set aside for us to follow is robust, is good. Let us be patient and follow the system. Secondly, I also want us to look at the opportunities being offered in this distribution phase of TBC. Anyone who is actually doing TBC, who is current with the trend of the admin of TBC, is we are in the phase of distributing TBC. Because TBC, we know, is a currency of abundance. And when we distribute this TBC, we are also distributing abundance. And the more we distribute abundance, the more poverty begin to reduce. So eradication of poverty globally comes through distribution of abundance globally. So there is a stepwise. There are ways and methods, procedures that have been given us by the admin. So let us follow these procedures. We will be in the distribution phase in harmony with the system. So today, continue along those systems, along that process with the big picture. I'm doing this series to enable us distribute TBC from the angle of being well endowed with skills that make us do that. And marketing is one of such skills. Someone defined marketing like this. You see, when you talk about marketing, people, you are putting something on the table. You are putting something across to the people. And what we are doing right now, distribution means we are putting TBC to the people as a product, as an asset. So we are putting the TBC across. So now, if along that line we can define marketing from this angle, putting the right products to the right people for the right price, for the right time, to the right place, and by the right people. So there are components of this definition. TBC is, to my opinion, the right product for today. TBC, the billion coin, is the right product for the globe, for the whole world today. Why? Because the whole world, majority of the whole people are going through poverty pains. And TBC was created to address these poverty pains, these poverty issues the people all over the world are experiencing. So in the defining marketing, we are putting across TBC to the people, and it's the right product. And it's at the right price because TBC is coming with what we call cookie system. You get TBC, you get cookies, you get free Kringles. So the price you are getting TBC is so exciting. And at the right time, this is the right time because this is a time people want to see a kind of salvation, like a financial salvation. They want to get out of poverty. And this is the time people are yearning and earning for a difference, for some kind of relief. And TBC is offering that relief, that succor, that financial succor, that economic succor. So for us to do marketing well, we should be able to communicate this to the people. So marketing is equally a process of communicating value to that person. As you communicate value, that person be willing to receive or to respond to what you're communicating. So marketing, effective marketing skill demands that you have what we call response. So we call it direct response marketing. Once you present TBC, we should get a measurable response from the people. So what kind of value are we communicating? At this point in time, I want to tell us the main difference between selling and marketing is this. The salesperson who is selling stuff is convincing his customer. He's trying to convince his audience of how good his product is. And he's trying to even give them discount so as to just sell the product. But marketing is different. Marketing is not trying to sell stuff to people. A good marketer or a good marketing skill requires that you define the value of the product you have. to the extent that the price does not matter to the customer or to the audience. Because he sees so much value of what you are presenting that he doesn't look at the price as a limiting factor. So for you to do a good marketing, you should be able to understand to your fingertips the value of what you are marketing, the value of the product you are communicating. And TBC is such a valuable product, it's such a valuable asset. But the valuableness of TBC depends on you, your understanding of the TBC. How the TBC, what does it mean to you? If it means to you very, very well, if the value you attach to TBC is so much, then naturally you can communicate that value to the next person. And that's marketing. So good marketing skill requires good communication. What are we communicating? Value. The value we communicate and the extent of the value we communicate determines the extent of the response. Remember our phase? We are in distribution phase of TBC. And this distribution phase brings naturally cash flow. So many of us have come to me complaining. People are not believing the TBC. They don't see it as what it is. Friends, you can't communicate TBC by ordinary words. You communicate TBC by demonstration. You'll be able to demonstrate by how you look, how you behave, and your attitude. So it takes to the next level, which is passion. You must have the adequate passion. And this passion is a learned attitude. You don't just get passion overnight. Sir, no. You learn, it's an attitude you learn. As you come to develop the attitude that ignite passion, the passion will come out naturally. So the more we embrace TBC and study and take instructions and learn from TBC leadership, from the TBC admin, from various brokers that go around us, then we are developing the right attitude. And this right attitude gives us the passion that require for you to communicate TBC. Next to that passion is persistence. Friends, persistence is a learned behavior. So we have attitude and behavior, and that we call passion and persistence. This forms our general posture when we go out to market. There must be passion, there must be persistence. One is a learned attitude, one is a learned behavior, and two of them will working together can make us reach any goal in life. So friends, these are skills required to be a good marketer, a good communicator, someone who can actually communicate the values of what is presenting. And what we are presenting, my friends, is TBC. What we are presenting is things that it will last, things that have wonderful value, that poverty will run away from the globe. So the next thing again we need in this series is creativity. For you to be a good marketer, you have to be able to be creative. You have to have analytical skills. You have to have logical skills. You should be able to analyze, find a way to present this TBC. Now, do you know, to communicate to someone, you have to go to that person level. It's not the way you present to, say, the academicians. It's not the same manner attitude you present to the those who are in the market or the youth, the students. So various social differences need to be learned. So you have to want me to be creative. We should not be stereotyped, doing it over and over the same way. It doesn't bring creativity. So a good marketing skills is to be creative. Try to study the environment you are going. Find a way and manner to blend with that environment. Come down to that level so that you can communicate with them. So you can see in every level of marketing, communication is underlying. So we have to be able to do things in a very creative way. Another aspect we'll look at is what I call knowledgeability. For one to communicate value of any product, one should be able to know the product very, very well. That is why it's required for us to attend TBC seminars, identify with TBC events. There are events that have been showcased now all over the world. That's coming to Nigeria, South Africa, and other places, of which one of the leaders of TBC, Randy Wilson, will be alive. These are major events being showcased on TBC Cash Flow. Go to your TBC Clinical Cash Back Office, you'll find these events listed. Friends, these events will expand our knowledge base. As I said earlier on, in other brokers, you need mentorship, you need coaching. I know many of our leaders in TBC are having coaching programs, but friends, it's not free. Personal development cannot be free. It's just a fact, friends. Let us invest on our personal development. Let us invest in our knowledge base. You can't be a good marketer of any product without the required knowledge. So we need to go all out to expand our knowledge base, read up some stuff, make some sacrifice. Friends, we have to take effort to expand our know-how. Another thing I want to look at in this area of skill is ability to combine everything you do and work as a team. The days of one-man squad is gone. The world is becoming a global village. Is very, very, very advisable to gather a team. It's called leveraging. When you gather a team around you, you'll be a better marketer. And that's why TBC is structured on a strong, robust community. TBC is community driven because TBC administration, management knows the power of team. So TBC as a community is a very strong team. So for you to be a good marketer, you also have to form strong teams. And these strong teams will help you, help me, help us market TBC. Remember, our topic today is marketing as a skill, as a necessary skill in this cash flow process. So I have just defined in few words what we define as marketing tips. Now, let's just take some examples. Let's look at how we can do this using examples, life examples. Now, when you now come to TBC community, that's what we call existing TBCians and new TBCians. So how do we apply these marketing skills I just mentioned as an existing TBCian? As an existing TBCian, it is important that you attend our meetings. I'm assuming that you have the send button on. On Mondays, UTC time, 3 p.m., 2 p.m. rather, UTC time, or Greenwich Maritime time, GMT time, 2 p.m., you attend these send button meetings. That's as an existing TBCian. As you attend these send button meetings, you will be able to know what is trending, what is the current trend in the TBC community. That will enable you not to digress or go away from the present happening, the moment happening of TBC administration. You'll be in line, you'll be in harmony, you'll be in focus. So when you get this regularly as an existing TBCian, you will carry the information you have and to be current. At any time in the day, 247, you'll be able to relate to any other TBCian the current things in TBC. That's one. The next practical thing to do is take it as a habit. You know what that's about habit and attitude? You have to take it a habit and be passionately and desiring to know more about TBC by voraciously looking at the blogs every day. Make the blogs of TBC as a daily reading. As you do this with passionately, that's step 2, as an existing TBCian. Thirdly, go to your back office in the TBC, the Kringle Cash back office, follow those brokers. Look at the brokers. Look at the various brokers and learn from them. Fourth step, learn to be a broadcaster. It's very, very simple. Just be persistent in it. Look for those who are doing it. Let them be a mentor. You have my contact down there. And there are many other leaders who can show you how to be a broadcaster. With these 5 action plans, you're already set to be an effective marketer of TBC. Now, you are now quite knowledgeable. You know what to talk. You know what to speak. You know what to communicate. You now become available to help the newcomers in TBC. You now become their coach. You now become their tutor on TBC. And when you begin to engage practically in the field, to encourage and to enlighten these new TBCians, your position in TBC becomes naturally strong. You become a resource person. You become a resource center for TBCians to rely around. What happens naturally then is when you now go out in the field, people will want to request from you how they can become part of the TBC community. And you'll be able to flow because you're now communicating well the values of TBC. It is your ability to communicate the values of TBC that produces cash flow. It's a natural process. It's not artificial. No one becomes a millionaire overnight. No one becomes a millionaire overnight. Some efforts are required. Some actions need to be taken. So, friends, marketing is the business. That is summary. Marketing is the business. In fact, any business you engage in, any endeavor you engage in, anything you engage in, without marketing, the business remains standstill. So there is a marketing element in everything we do. In relationships, you must market. My brother, my sisters, you market your husband, you market your wife. You keep on marketing yourself. Some people call it packaging. You see, you must communicate good values about what you represent. And what you are representing, friends, is TBC, the Billion Coin. I am passionate about the Billion Coin. I know it's the Billion Coin that has come to change the whole thing about the way things are done previously. The Billion Coin is an evolutionary concept. It's a vision, it's a mission. It's not just another coin. If we catch this, friends, you can communicate it. So marketing is ability to communicate these true values, good values, true values to people around you. When someone says, I have TBC and I don't have money for my family, I have so much coins in my wallet and I'm still very hungry. You know why? You have not acquired the marketing skills. So I just pray that you go through this my video. You can contact me from the contacts below this video. You have my phone number, you have my email, and you can well make some other efforts to equip yourself with more marketing skills because these are necessary. These things are necessary to make yourself known, make yourself valuable to the community around you. All of us have a community. We come from homes, we have families, we have friends, we have neighborhood. All these are your customers. These are your customers. You are staying in your house, in your household, you are staying in a neighborhood, and you have people, you have folks there who need some extra money in their pocket. And you ought to be a billionaire person, and they don't know. It means the value you carry is not showing. Remember what I said earlier on? You have to passionately persistence. And when you see a passionate person, it's not just his words that count. His whole person speak. People read you, not your words. So when you are passionate, you are readable. And when you are readable and people are reading value, they'll be attracted to those values. So friends, marketing is the key. I want us to just take a pause. Look at the previous 1 week, the previous 1 month in your business life in TBC, and check how have you communicated the values that are in TBC. If you were unable to communicate those values, then go and equip yourself with the marketing skills. It will help you, friends, to move ahead. It will help you, friends, to enjoy this TBC cash flow that is presently on the front burner of the TBC management and administration. Remember our previous segments, they all carry together. I started this series by talking about communications. I know communication has been inherent in all I'm saying. We talked about leadership. You can't lead if you cannot communicate. Talk about time management. You can't manage your time well if you don't know how to communicate, how to lead. And now marketing. You can see how we're going. So you need all these segments brought together to deliver. So a good marketer will be able to manage his workloads. A good marketer should be able to allocate time to market. You can see time is important. Communication is important. Leadership skill is important. Teamwork is important. So to conclude, I want to encourage us, friends, to imbibe the skill of marketing so as to communicate the values TBC carry. Once you can communicate these values effectively, cash flow becomes our brotherhood, our neighborhood. Cash flow becomes our everyday experience. The cash flow is already happening. Friends, I'm experiencing this cash flow because I'm communicating TBC daily. Those that know me, in fact, they almost nickname me TBC because there is no one I will meet before I finish discussion with that person. TBC must come up. So, friends, go out there, be a good marketer of TBC. not selling TBC, friends. You're not a salesperson, you're a marketer. There are two different things. A marketer is a value communicator. So at this point, I want to thank you for listening. Those of you who were able to key into the broadcast, I thank you. You can put your comments on the comments below or beside this broadcast. It has been a nice time seeing all of you here. By this time next week, we're going to address another segment of this skills acquisition in TBC cash flow. See you another time. Thank you for joining me. Have wonderful moments. Bye. This is Basil today signing off. Thank you.